So here I am. I am back at my Christmas tree place because I felt compelled to come and be with this tree. And why is that? Because as I was doing some writing this morning, actually all day, what is it now, about 3:30, I recognised that I was drawn to come back and give love to this tree because in my most vulnerable place that I think I've ever been, the only thing I wanted was for somebody to acknowledge me, accept me, and just allow me to be me. And where I was in that time in my life, that didn't happen. It didn't happen. And now I know that the first person, or the only person really I come along to do that, is me. So as I've just been doing more writing about that, and really the main ingredient that we all need in our lives, the main thing we need in our lives to be able to experience that compassion for self is self-care. And I was just drawn to come back and just send love to this tree and be with it and just love it and nurture it. My family take the mickey out of me because if there is anything dying in the garden, they say to me, Vanessa, can you go and see, look, I'm stroking it. Can you go and give love to that tree? Can you go and talk to it? And I don't know what it is, and I think all human beings have the capacity to love things back to life. But I think only some of us truly acknowledge that in ourselves and practice and do what it takes to be able to love things back to life. And I think all key relationships in our lives do that, or not, as the case may be. And I'm reminded of a phrase, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I think sometimes we can be fooled, or we can be led to believe that it's all three, when it turns out to be just kind of really one or two. But every single relationship, every occurrence, but particularly relationships, people who cross our paths, are there for a reason. And just as this tree is brilliant at just doing its thing, it just feels really lovely and soft. And as it's brilliant at doing its own thing, so are we if we have the environment around us, but more importantly, if we create that environment within us, just like this tree is doing. It doesn't need anything else than really to be here where it's planted, because this will flourish. The fact that I'm coming to give my love to it is a bit of an added extra. Maybe I might just have to come back and see whether that makes a difference or not. But it was really just these lovely new bits in their vulnerability that I was feeling yesterday. And I just felt compelled to come back and just talk to it and give it my love. And I recognised that actually this is I think not only just why I'm here, I think it's why we're all here. But I think with my work particularly, I'm really drawn to helping us all become the very best version of ourselves. And without sounding twee about that, about living, my thing is about living from our truth, and we can only do that by being naked, like this tree. This tree has no airs and graces about it. This tree has no story about it. This tree is very simply a tree that is just trying to be the best tree it can be. And I work hard, and I work daily, and I am committed to, is probably a better way of putting it, into looking after myself first, with my daily practices, with reminding myself and constantly being aware as much as I can of who I am and where I live in alignment with my truth, and not, actually, as the case may be sometimes. how I differentiate between the two so that I can hold the space for other people to do the same. Because I recognized that in my deepest, darkest hour, not only when I completely let go and very nearly gave up, it felt like I'd given up, did I really just want to be seen, heard and held where I was. And that's what I do for other people, and that's what I pride myself on. That kind of doesn't feel right. It's really what I work hard to allow myself to keep doing. And I'm reminded of that by just some of the things that people say, is that, you know, you kind of make it okay, Vanessa, not that I fix anything, but that what they have deep down inside of them that is causing them pain, and they sometimes don't even know what that is, that the space that we create together gives them an opportunity and the courage and the bravery and the openness and the willingness to really explore that and what that might be. And I believe that's really precious. So much so that my work is to make myself obsolete. My work is to help people come back to themselves, know that they are the only one they can rely on, and that when anyone else does that for them, it's just an added bonus. But they are the ones that are the only ones that can love themselves first. So today, I think really what I wanted to just share was, in order to understand how you might be able to love yourself more, what, if it's a plant or a tree or a flower, or who do you have in your life currently that you might just be able to hold the space for? Practice on an object like a plant or a tree, and then move on to a person. How can you offer yourself and the space that you are able to hold for that other person and that other thing, to demonstrate to yourself that you have the capacity within you to hold the space? And when you can prove to yourself that you can hold the space for someone else or something else, then you'll realise that you have the capacity to hold space for yourself. Because ultimately, it's about self-love, right? And when we can love ourselves and accept ourselves for everything we have been, everything we are and everything we will be, we are then able to navigate ourselves in and through our lives with effortless grace and a smile on our faces and with purpose. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.